Hi. So today's first 30-minute session for the core is actually going to start on your back. So if you have two blocks, that would be fabulous, but also not necessary. So we will get down onto our backs with the knees hugging into the chest just for a moment so you can establish some kind of connection of the lower back down to the floor. And take a deep breath in as your spine lengthens, and as you exhale, let the back body just sort of settle down into the mat and let the chest expand, and maybe you extend your arms out in a T, opposite directions as you soften the back of the neck down. Let the wrinkles in the face subside. Let the chest be broad and let your breath extend and expand, and start to move your knees from side to side. Again, creating that nice connection of the lower back into the earth. Maybe gathering the shoulder blades together ever so slightly just so you can bring awareness to the expansive capabilities of the chest. And now bring your legs out into tabletops. You're coming into a reverse tabletop down onto the back. I'm having some weird issues trying to find a good way to film this, so I'll be moving around a lot. But take the heels of the palms into the tops of the knees. Flex the feet and now press the lumbar spine down into the floor. Pull the belly button in and back, and now press your knees into the heels of the hands and the heels of the hands into the tops of the knees, softening the shoulders, and now you'll start to feel a little bit of a burn in the upper abdominal area. So keep the breath flowing as much as you can. It will start to labor, and that's okay. And now continue to press that left hand into the left top knee and extend the right leg straight. Extend the right arm back and hover the thumb and hover the heel above the floor. And now draw it back in. Press heel of right hand into the right knee and extend the left leg straight to hover. Left arm back to hover. 3 more times on each side. So press opposite hand into opposite knee as you extend the right leg, and now press right hand into right leg as you extend the left side of the body. One last time on each side. Extension of the right side, keep the core engaged. Bring the right into center and extend the left. Keep pressing the lower back down, 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 and now draw it back. Press as hard as you can. And now draw the knees into the chest. And if it's comfortable enough for you, you can start rocking up and down on the spine, meeting me in a tabletop position. Just make sure that this is running nicely. So you'll meet me in a tabletop with the wrists under the shoulders. If you have any wrist issues, you can kind of play around with that a little bit by flipping the top of the palm down onto the mat to one side and the other side. And now gather the shoulder blades back and down. Pull the navel in and extend the right leg back behind you. Drop the outer right hip. And now extend the left arm forward. Fingertips reach forward and the thumb faces up. Start to squeeze the belly and the legs. Draw the left shoulder down. Get nice and soft in the face. And now as you exhale, tap the elbow in toward the knee. And inhale, find extension. And exhale, tap elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, trying to continuously drop that outer right hip. Exhale, elbow to knee. Let's go for 5 more. Exhale, draws you into the center. Inhale, extends you in opposite directions. For 3, for 2, last one, hold the right leg back, prop the palm of the left hand down onto the floor. And now drop the right toes to the mat, spiral the right hip on top of the left. Swivel the right arm up and over over the head into a modified side plank. Glutes are squeezing, back is firm, face is soft, and maybe you can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Continue to pull that outer right hip back. And now meet me back into a tabletop position and we'll work the other side. So the left leg extends back and lift up through the inner left thigh. Right arm reaches forward and the thumb faces up. Reach and breathe and extend, and as you exhale, come into the midline, tap elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, lengthen. Start to engage your breath more. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, get long. Breathe out, crunch. Let's go for 5. So move with intention to keep the core engaged the entire series. For 3. For 2. Working that spine as neutral as you can. Last one. Find extension. Right hand down, left toes down, and now swivel the left hip on top of the right. The left arm spirals up and over the head. Trying to draw the right shoulder away from the ear. Pull the outer right glute back, and now round the heart. Up, up, up as your fingertips reach forward and down. So you're kind of in a little side arch, and now meet me back into a tabletop position. And extend both legs straight, high plank pose. And now the secret to the high plank pose is not to drop the hips and not to pike the hips too high. You want to extend through the crown of the head and the heels. Pull the creases of the elbows forward. Find separation in the shoulder blades and make sure that the hips are in line with the upper back as much as you can. Breathe for 3, for 2, and now exhale, shift it back into your downward facing dog and take a deep breath in through the nose and open the mouth, exhale and let it out. And take your time to make your fidgets. So bend the right, bend the left knees, hips shake side to side. Get really soft in the sides of the neck. And now roll the triceps down so you create space in the back. And press into the first 2 fingers, the thumb and the first finger, so you establish strength in the forearms. And now lightly lift your kneecaps to create space in the hamstrings. Fingertips are grounding down into the mat and the chest melts down closer as the hips pike up higher. And now on your next breath in, sweep the right leg up and back behind you with square hips. Bend the right knee as you exhale, round forward to a high plank, hug the knee in toward the nose. And with the strength of the core, set the right foot forward and the left knee taps down to the mat. Breathe in, spiral your arms out and up to the sky into a low lunge Anjaneyasana. And now exhale, tuck the back toes and straighten through the left leg. The right knee is on top of the right ankle. Breathe in, get long from the sides of the waist as the right hip hugs back. Breathe out, start to lean forward, lunging forward, and continuously pull back through the right hip. Now keep your arms extending forward, using the belly strength. Set the left foot next to the right, hip distance, and arrive into a chair pose with the heart lifted and the hips shooting back. Breathe in as you straighten through the legs, and now start to lift the heels off the mat, using your core for stability and balance. Rise onto tiptoes. And now exhale, meet me back into a chair pose. Breathe in, rise into standing pose, heart lifts, maybe a tiny back bend. And exhale, swan dive to a forward fold. Crown of the head drops down. Inhale to a flat spine, look forward. Exhale, step back to a high plank pose. Breathe in, shift forward to the tiptoes, keep the hips lifting. And now exhale, lower it all the way down to the floor. Breathe in into a baby cobra, your elbows hug back. Breathe out, shift back, child's pose, arms extending in front of you. So if you're watching me, and I have been going on to fists on my hands just because I have a little bit of a sensitivity in my right wrist, and it helps alleviate the pressure. So you can keep your hands down like a regular, like we do regularly. But if you ever feel anything in in your wrist, you can work with fists and it can help soften the pressure. So now palms flat, shift back, downward facing dog. Belly in, sacrum lifts. Find your fidgets, find your checkpoints, and now as you breathe in, swipe the left leg up behind you with square hips. Bend the knee as you exhale, rock forward, knee comes in toward the forehead, engage the core. And now without a sound, set the left foot forward, the right knee drops down. Breathe in, sweep your arms out and up to an Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, tuck the back toes, straighten out through the right leg. Left knee over ankle, squeeze your inner thighs and pull the right hip forward. And now hinge forward from the waist. Lean and really, really straighten out through that right leg. And now set the right foot hip distance from the left with bent knees. Chair pose. Inhale, lift your chest. Now start to rise. Lift the heels, come up onto tiptoes. Pull your navel in and down. And now exhale, come into a chair pose. Inhale, rise, straighten out through the legs. Tiny little back bend. Deep exhale, swan dive, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, palms flat, step back, high plank pose. Breathe, engage your core. And shift forward onto tiptoes, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose, just breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. Flatten the palms to the mat. Shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, settle the chest low, settle the hips high. And now breathe in, swipe that right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, round forward, hug the knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick it back behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, set the right foot forward, left knee down. So we'll repeat and add a little bit. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up to the sky. Exhale, extend through the left leg, hook the right hip back. Breathe in, get nice and tall on the sides of the waist. Breathe out, hinge your upper body forward, reaching your heart and fingertips diagonal. Now start to lean forward, lifting off of the left leg, the left leg into a warrior 3. And now lower the palms down to the floor to fingertips or use your blocks. Sorry, I'm off the camera. Drop your outer left hip down and now exhale, bend the left knee, hug the left knee in toward the nose and crunch. And as you inhale, lengthen the left leg back, heart forward. Exhale, bend knee and crunch. Last one, inhale, use your belly. Exhale, knee to nose and crunch. Inhale, set the left foot hip distance from the right and rise into a chair pose, heart forward. Exhale, standing pose, straighten out through the legs. Inhale, chair pose, shift the hips back, chest forward. And now exhale, forward fold over straight legs. Breathe into a flat spine. Breathe out, step it back to a plank. Inhale to your tiptoes. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor or halfway. Breathe into your upward dog or back bend of your choice. Breathe out into a downward dog. Flatten the palms, settle the breath. Inhale, left leg up behind you. Exhale, roll forward, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back. Be nice and firm in that leg. Exhale, knee to nose, set the left foot forward. Drop the right knee, breathe in, arms spiral out and up. Breathe out, extend through right leg, high lunge. Inhale, get long in the side body. Exhale, roll forward, lean until you come to the tip of the right toe and rise into your warrior three. Inner thighs squeeze, get nice and long. And now fingertips to the mat or palms to the blocks. Exhale, right knee bends, tucks in towards the nose. Inhale, lengthen it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Set the right foot hip distance from the left. Sink the hips, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, mountain pose, straighten out through the arms and the legs. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, sink the hips lower. Inhale, pick up the chest, keep the hips lowering. Exhale, sink them lower. One more time, only the heart rises, curve the back. Exhale, lower the hips all the way down to the floor. Meet me in a Navasana, boat pose with the heart lifted, fingertips forward. So now you want to get nice and expansive in the collarbone. Roll the shoulder heads back. Arms can be nice and extended. And now you squeeze your legs in, your heart lifts, shoulder blades gather. Breathe. Belly button in and back. Face is soft. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower it all the way down to the floor. Hands behind the head. Bicycle crunches. Left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. And when you extend the bottom leg, make sure that that bottom leg is just 1 to 2 inches above the floor. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a nice breath in and sigh it out through the mouth. Rock up and down on the spine and see if you can meet me in a chair pose, Utkatasana, heart forward. And now exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, step the right foot all the way back, drop the right knee down. Breathe in, arms reach out and up. Breathe out, downward facing dog. We'll do some Surya Namaskars with a twist. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees or lower halfway down. Inhale, heart forward, legs straight. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, tap the right tricep with your right knee. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, tap the left tricep. Inhale, extend it back. Step it forward, right arm rises. Inhale here. And exhale to a forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, arms rise, spiral them out and up. Exhale, refold over straight legs. Breathe in, send the left foot all the way back, left knee down. Arms reach out and up, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. High plank pose on your inhale. Low plank or drop the knees on the exhale. Sweep through into your upward dog. Sweep back into your downward dog. Left leg up, inhale. Left knee to nose, exhale. Send it back, inhale. Tap the left tricep with the knee on the breath out. Inhale, extend it back. Tap the right tricep, so curve across the lower body. Inhale, send it back. Step it forward, left arm up. Come into your twist, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, rise, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart, close your eyes. Roll the shoulders back and just start to settle the body down a little bit. And now breathe in, arms rise. Breathe out and fold. Breathe into your flat back. Step back to a high plank pose. Drop the right knee to the mat and sweep the, spiral the left hip on top of the right. Like we started, the left arm rises up to the sky this time. And now see if you can extend the right leg straight underneath of the left, coming into a full side plank. Shoulder is directly over the wrist. Left arm is lifting, and now squeeze your glutes. Pull your shoulder blades together. Get really proud in the chest, sort of amplify that side body lift. And now thread the left arm underneath of the right rib cage without moving the hips. Left arm rises, inhale. Keep the hips square to the front as you thread left arm underneath the rib cage. One more time, inhale. Exhale and thread, hold it. Inhale, left arm up. Meet me in a plank pose. Lower the left knee down this time and stack the right hip on top of the left. Oh my God, it's like 150 degrees in here, and I completely neglected to turn the air up. I'm sweating. I hope you're sweating too. The right arm is lifted, shoulder blades squeeze, and now experiment. See if you can straighten the left leg underneath of the right, pressing the inner thighs together, amplifying that lift of the right hip. And now once you've established your stability, thread right arm under left rib cage. Inhale, right arm up. Match your breath with your movement. Exhale, thread. Last one, let it rise. Keep it firm. Thread right arm underneath the left. Hold it, lift the hips higher. Breathe the right arm up. Breathe out to your high plank. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and exhale, downward facing dog. So breathe here, you can take a child's pose. Woo. And wherever you are, meet me in a downward facing dog. And come high up on the tiptoes and look forward. Exhale, take a nice deep bend in the knees. Inhale, hop your seat in between the thumbs. Hug the knees into the chest. Shoulders roll back. Breathe here. And breathe out, Navasana. One more time, maybe you can straighten the legs and straighten the arms. Hold 5. Inner thighs roll in and down. 4. Pull your heart up. 3, 2. Lower down to your tabletop. Heels of the hands to the tops of the knees. We'll come into one more round of dead bug like we started. So extend the right leg, right arm back. Exhale, come to the center. Extend left leg, left arm. Keep pressing. Exhale. Come back to center. Lower back into the floor. 3 more times on each side. 3. Keep pressing and pulling the navel back toward the spine. For 2. Just make it work. Just fight through it. Last one. And now hold it. Press. Really press knee into hand and hand into knee. Soften in the face as much as you can. Maybe flex the feet for a deeper burn. And now exhale, arms out in a T. Let your knees lower over to the right side. Maybe the gaze softens over to the left. And now bring it back and up through center. Let your knees fall to the left. Turn your gaze over toward the right if it feels delicious on your neck. And now bring your knees back up through center, and now settle the bottoms of the feet down onto the mat. We'll come into a bridge. I'm gonna come off the mat a little bit so you can see. So your feet should be hip distance. The toes are slightly inward. You should be able to brush the heels of your feet with your fingers. Ground down through your feet, even through the inner arches, but you do want a little tiny lift. And now press the palms down as you peel the lower back up off the floor. And maybe you interlock your fingers behind you, gathering the upper arm bones together and creating a lot of space in the chest to draw it forward towards your chin. Keep your gaze up toward the ceiling. Inner thighs roll in and down. At the same time, you're rounding your outer hips down. There's a lot going on. Keep the breath flowing. Breathe, lift up a little bit higher, press down into the heels. And now exhale, lower the body down to the mat. Inner thighs touch, just take a breath here. And now I invite you for the next round of bridge pose to incorporate some breath of fire. So it's forceful exhales out through the nose as you're in your back bend to really, rev up the energy. If it's too much, don't do it. You do it on the next round, but might as well try. We'll go for 20 forceful exhales. So while you're on your back, take a deep breath in through the nose. Through the nose, breathe out. And now you'll breathe in halfway, lift the hips, find your way into a bridge pose. Interlock your fingers. And now we'll do 20 rounds. Five, four, three, two. Exhale, lower all the way down. Maybe you hold the breath out for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. We'll do one more final round. You're invited to include the breath of fire, or you can skip it. This time we'll come into 30 rounds, or even 40 if it's okay for you. So let's, on our backs, take a deep breath in. Through the nose, breathe out. Inhale halfway, lift the hips, engage your thighs and gather your fingertips together behind the back. And now we'll roll through our second final round. Five, four, three, two, one. Exhale it all out. Let it go. Back down to the mat. Hold the breath out. Deep inhale. And a nice deep exhale. And now from here, with your feet hip distance, actually bring your feet the distance of the mat and start to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Releasing the lower back a little bit. Letting the upper body get nice and soft. Start to let go of the breath. And if it feels okay for you, you can come into a happy baby. You can hug the knees into the chest. Circle the ankles and the wrists a little bit. And when you're ready, extending your legs, extending your arms down by the sides, find your way into a Shavasana. And I will leave you to take as long of a Shavasana as feels appropriate to you today. So enjoy and namaste.